Hey guys, welcome back to Candid Cinema. I'm Amanda, otherwise known as AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Today I will be doing my spoiler-filled review of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I know it's a bit late. Again, I was on vocal rest for about like a week and a half because I had no voice. So I think I've kind of settled on where I stand with Multiverse of Madness, so I'm going to get into it. It's going to be short and sweet. There are a couple of issues that I have with it. I'm going to start with the introduction of America Chavez. I thought Xochitl Gomez was great. I think that the introduction to this character was a bit rushed. I didn't like that she couldn't control her powers, even though she's able to jump through the multiverse. It just doesn't make any sense to me how she hasn't learned anything from other Doctor Stranges. And I understand that people have said that it was because of this Doctor Strange, Earth 616's Doctor Strange, that believed in her to kind of get her to hone in on her powers. But I'm like, that's just convenience for this universe. That's just a plot convenience. And that's why I was kind of in the middle of how they introduced her. I think that her backstory offers so much to the character that we still don't know enough about her. And then we're just going to throw her into like the typical MCU kid title. And I think that's what isn't really working for me, is that, yes, she needs to be mentored, but when are we getting the young Avengers? Because sure, we're going to mentor these young Avengers, but then like by the time you guys form the actual team here, they're not going to be young anymore. If you really look at it, considering what's on the slate for the MCU. So I think that a show would have been more beneficial to introduce all of these characters instead of sticking them in other situations. I think that even having Kate Bishop in Hawkeye was passable. I still think that annoyed people because they didn't want a Kate Bishop show, even though who really wanted a Clint Barton show? But it's just the fact that you're shoving these characters that have so much depth and such great backstories into movies where there's already a lot going on. And I think that she was sidelined. She was protected the entire time. And she's bloody powerful. That was for Chavez. I just feel like she was underused. We could have done more with her. And I was just disappointed with what they did with Chavez. Next, I'll go to Doctor Strange. I think that we got an arc for Doctor Strange. It was kind of really weak. And he was overpowered in his own film. That's it. This wasn't a Doctor Strange movie. And it's my peeve with Captain America, Civil War. It just did not. And everyone's like, but the bones are there. It is a Doctor Strange movie. We got to see him in multiple universes. We got to see his power set. We got to see his connection to Christine and blah, blah, blah. Sure. If it was just a Doctor Strange, America Chavez type of situation, cool. Give me that buddy cop type of thing. Give me that he's trying to mentor her because she screwed something up. I almost would have wanted Chavez to appear in No Way Home and then have Doctor Strange kind of show her the ropes in Multiverse of Madness. I think that would have been a bit better, because to have the intro and then to deal with Wanda, like, it was just a bit too much happening to understand the multiverse and then have different rules applied to different people within the multiverse and not have that explained. It was a bit all over the place for me in that case. But with Doctor Strange, like, do I care about his connection to Christine anymore? It's been like almost 7-8 years since his first one. And the only reason I care about Doctor Strange now is because of episode 4 of What If. This shouldn't be happening. Benedict Cumberbatch is a fantastic actor. If you haven't watched The Power of the Dog, please go watch The Power of the Dog on Netflix, because he's so freaking good. Why are you not giving him enough material to show what he's capable of? I'm not saying he gave a bad performance, but it was all very reactionary. And I mentioned this on, Movie Files Live. We did a spoiler review. I mentioned it on the Suit Up Geeks, and we did a spoiler review. It just felt like something was missing. There was no heart to this film unless it came from Wanda. This was a Wanda Maximoff film. This is a sequel to WandaVision. That's all this was. Am I complaining about that? No, I think Elizabeth Olsen gave a phenomenal performance. It's my favorite performance of hers. She absolutely killed it. Everything that happened with Wanda in this movie, with the Scarlet Witch in this movie, is so freaking important to her character arc. Okay. And there are a couple of things with the Darkhold that I do not understand because, again, it wasn't explained. And everyone's probably saying, why do they need to explain it? They showed it. Bro, what did they show? What did they show? They said that they destroyed the Darkhold in all universes. Wanda did that. She's like, I'm going to destroy everything with, killing herself. And the original, like, Darkhold temple where she's like the leader of, the throne of, in that case. And she destroys everything. So if we don't have the Darkhold, do we have any connection to the underworld? Because I'm confused about that. What repercussions does destroying the Darkhold have in all universes now? What does this do moving forward? We didn't even get any kind of resolution to what happened in Loki, yet we're still pushing all of these boundaries with Doctor Strange. And it just doesn't make any sense as to where they're moving. You trained audiences to have structure. Now you want to surprise us with projects? 100%. Do it. Do not set up these plots, okay, and then just drop them. You taught us that. You taught us that there's some form of connectivity. Of course, we all trust Kevin Feige. I'm not saying that, but you can't present all of this happening and then we don't know what the hell's going to happen to it afterwards, or we don't even hear from it afterwards. The third Doctor Strange film sure as hell not going to come out in 2 years. It's not happening. Great. We got Charlize Theron as Clea. When are we seeing them again? Am I going to care what happens in the Multiverse of Madness if you're going to throw in Kang and Blade and all of those people, whatever is happening even with the Eternals and Star Fox? What is it going to do in the future? We're not going to know that. Why? There's no structure. We don't even have a Fantastic Four casting. And that is the last movie in this phase. We have something, and I'm going to talk about it now. The Illuminati in this movie, Earth 838. Let's go into that. We're going to talk about introductions. Chavez was weak, did not care for John Krasinski's Reed Richards introduction. I'll tell you why I didn't care. Because he died right after. And that pissed me off. That pisses me off in any movie. If it's in the Suicide Squad, you're killing off characters. If you're in whatever superhero film or show, I get it. Shock value, fantastic. You're introducing a member of the first family of Marvel and you make them look like string cheese? Really? I didn't find that entertaining. I was pissed off. And I knew it was going to happen. The second I saw Wanda come in, I'm like, she is going to kill all of them. And she did. If anything, it tainted the reveal of John Krasinski as Reed Richards. It did. Because if they are going to move forward with him as Reed Richards, that was a terrible throwaway of an introduction. I get it, Multiverse of Madness. But technically, if it's an alternate universe, that also means that Krasinski is not Reed Richards. If we're really going to get technical with 838, because again, the multiverse standards they didn't explain. So there's a lot of things wrong with Multiverse of Madness. Is it more fun than the first Doctor Strange? 100%. Thank you, Sam Raimi. Was I surprised the first time I saw Reed Richards? I saw John Krasinski. I love Krasinski. I have nothing against Krasinski. I think it's solid casting. It's just the fact that that moment was stripped away from me. Being happy about that, stripped away from me. I don't know what's going to come after this. I really don't. Those are like my peeves that I had. And that's why I wanted to do a spoiler-filled review in that case. I know I touched upon different areas. I feel like other people have mentioned their grievances, and these were mine. I don't know. I'm kind of at a 3.5 out of 5, as I've said. It's not a terrible movie. It's very fun, again, because of the horror elements and Sam Raimi. So, sorry, guys. If you guys enjoyed the Multiverse of Madness, let me know how much you loved it in the comments. If you agree with me, let me know. I know people have been like kind of mid on this. It was like they loved it and they didn't. There were aspects that they did. It's kind of been jumbled. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You can always follow me over at AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep watching movies.